Eis.
Mas eu vou colocar publicação que o senhor. Na lixeira, senhor. Bote ele pra cá, ó. Vai ficar lateralizado, mas tá top. Tá aparecendo só a porta. Pronto. Perfeito. Essa daqui o senhor consegue.
Deixa eu só ver de cá. Tudo ok, Hélio? Agora é oficial, aguardamos esse momento e ele chegou, certo? Todos vocês trabalharam, se esforçaram, têm a apresentação para fazer, então não se preocupem, respirem, certo? A gente sabe que foi um tempo muito curto, todos os projetos, antes de serem doados, vão ser conferidos, a gente vai chamar vocês se precisar, para dar um ajuste no que precisar, porque foi um tempo muito curto, muito corrido. E a nossa preocupação maior foi com o processo, que vocês passaram ao longo dos dias para chegar aqui, certo? Então, respirem fundo, que vai sair tudo tranquilo aqui. Então, Hélio, está ao vivo já aí? Certinho? Então, a primeira equipe é a equipe 13. Então, primeiro vem só quem está com experimento, coloca ele aqui em cima da mesa, com calma, para não derrubar. Organize ele aí, certo? Vamos lá. Oh, legal. Tira as coisas dentro para o pessoal ver, né? Bota em cima da mesa aqui. Isso, garoto. Tira as pecinhas. Gente, como vocês sabem, nem todos aqui irão falar, mas todos aqui precisam estar aqui, certo? Então, por gentileza, todo mundo da equipe vem, fica por aqui. Pode, inclusive, ficar... Isso aí. Tudo bom. Vocês ficam, quem não vai apresentar, fica um pouquinho distribuído para não ficar na frente do data show. Podem ficar por aqui também, se organizem aí. Tem o outro lado também. Alguém? Aqui? Não nada, mãe. Gente, vem um pouquinho mais para cá, parte um pouquinho mais para cá, consegue vir um pouquinho aqui, ó. Aqui, isso. Quem vai começar? Opa, já passei demais. Então, passador, só passar do lado e voltar.
Okay, can I begin? Okay. Hello everyone, this is our presentation about the innovation on the education and building an educational kit to solve some problems. Here is our index, which is what we are gonna talk about today. The problem, the proposal, the persona, the solution, the kit, and our team.
The problem we choose is students' lack of interest, and we choose this problem because the students' lack of interest is a big problem in Brazilian education because of the passive teaching, the lack of interaction, and the lack of dynamic. And based on this, we create the persona.
Hi, my name is Leticia, and I'm going to talk about our character. This is Barbara. She's a 9-year-old girl who lives in Capela, a small city here in Sergipe. She studies in a school called Colégio Imaculada Conceição. She loves to play and to draw, but she is not interested in study because of the passive education, a kind of teaching that the teacher doesn't interact with the student with an active dynamic, and that makes the class more boring and repetitive.
Hi, my name is Marcelo, and I'm going to talk about the lack of interest. So the passive education and the lack of interaction are both things that make it much harder for a student to keep interested in a subject. So our group thought of a way to make studying more dynamic.
So the main goal of our game is to make students learn a little bit of English, but mainly geography and history. So I'm gonna explain how the game works. Well, first of all, I'm gonna explain the board. So here is where the players start, where they put their avatars. Here is where the players need to go. Here is where the tips are counted with the help of the red coins. um, Here is the game square where the avatars walk in. This is the Bajas Bridge. The avatar who stops in this square needs to advance 2 squares. And this is the São João bonfire square. And the avatar who stops in this square needs to go back 2 squares. These are the categories, which are biomes or vegetations, typical animals, historical people, and cities. Okay, so to explain the game better, let's imagine the game started. So me and 2 other friends, like Sharon and Madeline, are playing. So Sharon takes 1 card, and then Madeline asks for 1 tip. Then she will count the tips with the red coin, and Sharon will read the tip. After that, Madeline will try to guess which is right, what is written on the card, and if she got it right, she will advance 9 squares, because the number of squares the avatar walks depends on the tips tips that were not used. So if he got it wrong, she will lose her turn, and I will try to guess what's written on the card, and that's how the game works. Um, but if you didn't understand, we'll show an example now.
I'm a historical person.
GP number 3.
I was screenwriter behind the documentary Ori.
Maria Duarte.
Wrong. Tip number 9. Lose your turn. No.
GP number 1.
I was born in 1942 in Aracaju.
Maria Beatriz.
Yes.
So there are 2 extra elements that we decided to add on the game, which are the blue coins and the blank cards, which is it's nothing written on it. So the blue coins, the player who got these coins, the blue coins, will be able to guess what is written on the card anytime, even if it's not their turn, you know. And the blank card, we decided to add to our game, so the students can write whatever they want, so they complete the game.
So this is our presentation, and our group. We hope that our project help a lot on solving the problem and really get the interest of the people on studying more the culture and the history of his city and state. This was a really good project, and All of this wasn't possible without the team group, this beautiful team that I love a lot, and the monitors that help us. This is it. Thank you for your time and comprehension, and see ya.
Oi, som. Oi. Tá ligado o canal? Oi.
That was an amazing presentation, and I'm really excited to see these to work. So first of all, amazing work. Really excited that you guys got it to work all the way from the ideation part to the practical. So that's amazing. I guess a couple of questions that I have for you is, number one, what did you feel was the most challenging part to develop while you were working on this? And then number two, did you have a chance to play among yourselves? And then if so, who was winning? Who's the better one right now?
We actually played the game sometimes to test it out, and some were good, some were bad.
He won the game. Another question or another comment? The board.
Any questions? More questions? No?
Ok. Yeah.
Oh,
Vira
okay.
o negócio para lá ver. Virem para a câmera aqui, ó. Virem para a câmera aqui. Para a câmera. Essa.
The blue one of this one is really extinct.
Are these eyes?
It has a little face.
Oh, look at that.
It's a cactus called mandacaru that live near Tijipe.
You can see the crab is shy.
Pessoal, enquanto eles estão mostrando, a próxima equipe a se apresentar vai ficar desse lado de cá, certo? A gente percebeu pelo enquadramento da câmera que lá vocês ficam muito distantes, então vocês vêm para cá, beleza? Vamos lá, equipe. Vamos à entrega dos certificados. Vamos lá. Pode deixar aí. Organize para levar. Não, organize para levar. É. Vamos à entrega do certificado, gente. Todos prontos? Primeiro, parabéns à equipe. Palmas mais uma vez, gente, para a equipe, né? Guilherme Campos. Aí, garoto. Marcelo Sol. Natália Correia. Genivaldo Neto. James Alex. Mariana Ferreira. Não tá aí, não? Alice Martins. Pessoal, tiveram alguns alunos que passaram por todo o processo, mas agora à tarde não puderam estar aqui, então a gente vai entregar o certificado depois. Né? Letícia. Matheus Monteiro. Enganchou aqui agora. Daniel. Ariel. E Matheus dos Santos. Todo mundo recebeu? Faz a posezinha agora para sair na foto oficial ali com os certificados. Vamos lá. Organiza aí. Ariel, passa para frente, que você é menorzinho. Mais para frente, Ariel. Abaixa aí na frente. Vamos lá. Vamos pegar o certificado. Beleza, Maia pega. Vamos lá, gente. Próxima equipe é a equipe. Qual é? Vem só quem está com experimento primeiro. Só quem está com experimento. Coloca aqui em cima da mesa. Organiza aqui. Vocês podem fazer assim, ó. Vou ter que segurar aí, segura aqui. Segura, viu? Agora toda a equipe vem. Fica desse lado de cá, viu, gente? Agora, ó. Desse lado de cá para poder ficar mais visível na câmera. Eu vou ficar do lado de cá, vocês ficam lá, viu? Equipe 12 agora, né? É de lá para cá. Vamos lá. Equipe 12, tudo pronto? Quem vai começar? Passou o dozinho, ó. Para cá, você vai para frente, depois volta se precisar. Só não fique na frente do data show. E para cá. Prontos? Ok? Galera do YouTube aí que tá transmitindo, estão enquadrados aí? Tranquilos? Beleza. Um pouquinho mais para cá só, um pouquinho mais para cá. Você aperta um pouquinho aqui para todo mundo aparecer. Isso, garotos. É isso aí. Beleza? Valeu.
Hi, we are Team 12. No, Team 12, and our job was to create kits to decrease the truancy on public schools and make them more happier and make them motivated to go to school and do things they wanna do.
So first of all, let's present the team that helped a lot. Everyone helped in their own way, and thank you the monitors too. If it wasn't they, this project wouldn't be here. So Maria Alice, João Pedro Chaves, Felipe Eduardo, Laura, Sofia Liz, Ricardo, João Paulo, he's back there. Kyle, he couldn't be here this afternoon. Rodrigo, Marina, Paola Cavalier, Estefa de Vitória e Elisângela Cardoso. So now let's start. In how he said, in the middle of the last week, we were given a challenge to build a educational kit to solve a problem. And what was the real problem that we think it was the main challenge? In the schools, we still have such old-fashioned way of teaching that just the student is just sitting down, he's just passive, he don't do a lot of things, don't have the interact that he wants. It don't get this method of teaching, doesn't get the attention of the students, don't get the interest. So our job was to make a kit to improve the way that teachers work in order to get the attention of the students.
So over more than 5,100 teenagers leaves schools every year. Here we have a graph from IBGE that shows the amount of students who leave the schools every year. Oh, and shows as well some motives why they leave the school. The most causes is from qual era esse aqui?
The lack of interest.
Oh, yes, the lack of interest is 29, above 29%, and the 39% is the students that need to work to help their family to pay bills and to help the family in class. And this is a phrase from a teacher, Otávio Paulino, that says that the best methodology is the one which puts motivation and interactions to create a better dialogue of learnings. So the teachers and the students can have a better, better class and conversations.
And this phrase was the main helper of this project. We built this project in this phrase.
Okay, we know that the lack of interest is the second big problem for teenagers in public school don't be in the school. So for know more the situation, let me tell you a history about our persona called Clayton for you guys experience the a really common reality from our society. But let's start. Who is Clayton? Clayton is a teenager like me, like him, like most of people there. But unfortunately, he wasn't lucky enough to have the same living conditions of us. So Clayton lives in a poor house in Nossa Senhora das Dores in Sergipe, Brazil, and go to public school every day, but in the afternoon he have to help his father with orange plantation that is the resource, is the fonte de sustentação. No, it's the yes source. Yeah, it's why how they put food in the table so. But Clayton is 14 years old and finishing 8th grade, but he's thinking next year to get out of school. Why? Well, let's imagine ourselves having to walk 6 kilometers, like 4 miles, in a weather's land every single day just to arrive at school. And for what? For some teachers don't go, or for being sitting on a table, on a chair for 4 hours, hearing some teacher speaking things that you even don't understand because the classes are boring, repetitive, and really, really exhaustive. So, and as if wasn't enough, you have to go back the 6 kilometers from home, work, and also hear from the parents to get out of school and get a job to get money. So it's really stressful, but it's a reality of Clayton, a reality of many teenagers in Brazil. Clayton is very, very dismotivated to go to school. So our solution was to help people like him to catch the interest of them to go to school, so they will not desire to get out of school, drop school. So yeah, so we made a project, a kit.
Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys our solution, and we're certainly, Clayton will love this. Boring classes, we have the best way to make them more interesting. Well, after many researches, we developed a project which makes you able to learn and have fun at the same time. It's a game called Empire in English, and it's based on answering questions correctly, like a quiz, but every time you answer correctly, you get a block. Now we're gonna show it's like that. And the goal is to be the first team to complete 10 blocks. Then you have your empire built. But watch out, because every time you answer 5 correct answers in streak, you have the chance to use the roulette. So watch out, because if your opponent is very lucky, you may lose some blocks. Okay. How does it work? First step, organize the items, read the instructions, and put the blocks on the table, also the button and the cards. Second step, divide the class in 2 teams. Each team will have a color, and for the third step, answer the questions. The teacher will get a card and ask the questions. If it's right, you get a block. If it doesn't, you just don't receive anything. Fourth step, build your knowledge empire.
Now let's play a game of Imperial. Okay. First of all, I will be the teacher, and they both can be the students. Okay. In the game would be 2 buttons, but we just have one to show, and this one is what's inside the button to explain later. So these 2, when I read the question, will reach for the button, and who presses first can answer the question. Now let's start. The questions are in Portuguese, but I will translate. Okay. Who was the yes. Who was the leader of the Russian Revolution? It's because the buttons kind of weak, so if you smash it, it breaks. And it would be a LED, but the box don't let. It's make a noise. The point is that it's make a noise. So, Lenny, he's right. She's right. So she gets a block. 2 don't get him a lot of time for the presentation. Let's say that she is on a streak and won a roulette and spin it. Vai cair para baixo, né? Gravity. Okay. So it has landed on muralha. That is a wall. What muralha do? If your enemy does a fort or is robbing. Let me explain the trick. The muralha or the wall, it protects you from the other cards. The other one is a furto, and your opponents take a piece from you. And the last one is a cannon that take you off blocks. And that's the game. And why should a school use Imperial? Because it's very easy to play. The rules are simple, the objectives are simple, it's versatile, so it can be very cheap because the only part that really costs something is the button, but it can be really cheap if we do the right way. It's an active review, so the teacher can have fun and tell some subject. This version is to sociology, history, geography, and beyond. And the team spirit, because it's two teams, so they need to be together to win the match. And about us, we have a site that is the link. If you take a look, we were gonna wait some time if you want to say. Okay. Estou escrevendo aí. Oi?
Ok, vou passar agora para ver se vocês têm alguma pergunta, é isso? Tudo certinho?
Pode passar. Can you pass the rest? This just a little bit. Pass. It has a QR code. I forgot, sorry. And that's it. We're gonna let on the nobody the QR
Gente,
code.
palmas para a equipe.
Hello. Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. I just want to, okay, I'll look at the things first and then ask.
Oh. Show the art. Okay.
Okay, I'll just ask quick questions. First of all, thank you very much for presenting. Your website is really impressive, and I also really appreciate the different mechanics that you have in your game. It's not just a buzzer game, but you also have the roulette, and it's very impressive that it's versatile, like you said, so you can switch it out for other subjects or other new questions as well. I have two questions. Mechanically, the first one, I think I noticed there's like 3 colors of blocks in the thing. I think there's like red, blue, and orange, but there's only 2 teams. Do the colors mean anything? And the second question I have is, if 2 people are both very fast and both hit the buzzer almost at the same time, how do you tell who hit it first? Very good job.
Thank you. The colors are because the 3D printer, we don't have the control of the colors, but it will be the same color probably because the logistics and the colors don't mean anything. In the beginning it means, but now nothing. And the second part is he gonna explain.
Your question for the same time, the idea was to make two buttons that they have a LED that have a integrated circuit that has a time of 8 seconds. The first one that is off is the winner. So he can answer the question carefully.
Awesome, thank you very much. Good job.
Parabéns, gente. Parabéns ao grupo. Pessoal, na próxima rodada a gente vai tentar uma coisa nova, certo? Fica metade de um lado, metade do outro, para ver se a gente distribui melhor, que é bastante gente aí. Vamos lá. Então agora vamos à entrega dos certificados. Maria Alice. Chaves. Felipe Eduardo. Valeu, velho. Laura. Sofia Lins. Ricardo Túlio. Ricardo, parabéns, velho. João Paulo. Caio acho que não veio, né? Caio teve um probleminha agora à tarde, não pôde vir. A mãe mandou uma mensagem. Rodrigo Mendonça. Marina Feitosa. Paola Rezende. Stephanie. Elisângela. E é isso. Parabéns mais uma vez à equipe. Foto juntinho aqui para oficializar. Todo mundo junto ali para oficializar. Equipes, lembrem dos 8 minutos, viu? Pra gente não... Se não vai sair daqui meia-noite. Pra mim tá tudo bem, que isso aí se os pais de vocês soltaram. Ó, passador para frente e para trás os slides, certo? Oh, sim, alguém que pega uma cadeirazinha para ela aqui, porque ela tá sem poder ficar em pé. Pega uma cadeira aí, por gentileza, coloca aqui, ó. Que ela sofreu uma pequena lesão no joelho esses dias e está sem poder ficar em pé. Pode sentar aqui. Pronto, tudo certo. Aí. Ok, gente? Prontos? Ficar perto do lado, ó. É só passar, entendeu? E voltar.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to ask in advance for forgiveness if we misspell something. We are kind of nervous, but I hope you all enjoy the presentation. So let me introduce ourselves again. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm João Augusto, and we're Team 15. And today we're going to present the solution we create to solve the problem that was proposed to us. This This year, the challenge of the marathon was to create a kit that would um, help help to improve the learning of the kids from public schools. So on this, so we noticed that we would have to create a solution to this problem. But the hard part of it, there wasn't only one problem. This challenge, it was really, how would say that, it was with não, tipo, tinha vários problemas. There were so many problems because the public schools passes through a lot of trouble. So we together, our team, we decided that there were 4 main problems that we could solve with our kit, and it was the lack of material, the lack of opportunity to study for some people, the precarious of the schools, and the lack of school investment.
Hello, my name is João, and I will explain about the project. What's the project? His name is Alphabetic Calculator, and was made for improve and help the kids to learn math and Portuguese. How it... What is that? In this button, have to turn on and off. And after you turn on, it appears a word here, and the kid needs to write the word with the buttons. All the buttons have 3 letters. If you click 1 time in the button, it's 1 letter, 2 times other letter, and 3 times other letter. If the kid write the correct word, will appear a green light, and if the kid writes a wrong word, it appears a red light and fires the buzzer.
So, how we did the solution? First, we did a huge research about the general problems in all those situations. Then, we sit in a circle and started to discuss the problem that we would solve with our kit. And with the help of some feedbacks that we received from professionals, we were finally able to start thinking about a solution. That is the alphabetic calculator.
I'm going to talk about our character, our user. It's a 7-year-old kid. His name is Sergio, and he lives in a small town in Sergipe. He studies in the only school of the town, but the school has many problems. Like one of them, the main one, is that there's not enough materials in the classroom for everyone. So he gets really sad that the main problem of his bad grades in some subjects is that he doesn't have material, so he can't solve it, and he's going to continue having those problems.
That's where our kid enters. With the alphabetic calculator, he and his class wouldn't have to worry about the lack of material because it serves for the whole class, and it's a better and dynamic way to teach the kids. And also, the teacher could make a competition for the class to see which student can have the highest number of words.
Um,
So here we would still have the rest of the kit that would be not only the alphabetic calculator, that would be like the main product, but there would be the pamphlet with the conscientization about the situation they pass. It would have some tips of how to study the subjects you have most difficult, and it would have a tutorial of how to use the alphabetic calculator. It would have two types of tutorial. It would have the one for the kids, for if they want to use it for themselves, and one for the teacher if he is in the class and he could make like a competition amongst the class. So, thank you for all. This is our presentation. Now we're open for the questions.
Ligue ela para mostrar funcionando. Pode ser. Tá ligado? Vamos lá, gente. Respirem fundo. Falta mais uma equipe, é isso ou duas? Duas, né? Desse grupo aí faltam duas equipes. Pessoal, assim que a gente terminar esse momento aqui, aí vocês descem e as outras 5 equipes sobem, certo? Ok?
Ela ainda ia falar com os outros?
Parabéns, gente. One of you.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation. This is very, very impressive. I love the idea, and I love the fact that you even considered special needs with the dyslexia, and the way you actually build the box, and the way you decorated it, so it's very appealing to young kids. And it's easy to use, and it's rechargeable. So it's something that it's reusable. Very impressive. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Really thanks.
Eu acho que no caso desse grupo aqui em particular, alguns grupos na verdade, não só esse, mas vale o destaque aí, as palmas para o nosso instrutor, professor e técnico em marcenaria, professor Arley, né? Que ajudou aí para trabalhar na estrutura.
Ele fala de Matheus.
Matheus, o monitor, né, que estava com vocês também. Matheus aí ajudou a galera também.
também.
Pessoal, para aqueles principalmente que estão acompanhando em casa, que não viram a maratona acontecendo, Israel também, parabéns. Ó, todas as equipes, para chegarem até aqui, elas tiveram monitores que acompanharam elas durante a semana, não é isso? Então, parabéns a todos os monitores que estiveram aqui, porque não seria possível sem esses monitores também. Então, vamos à entrega dos certificados. João Neri. Valéria. Isabelle. Ayon. João Salles. Alice. Kimberly. Maria Augusta. Rafael Ferreira. Mariana Santana. Pedro Galvão. Emanuel. José Edson. Parabéns, equipe. Vem todo mundo para cá agora para fazer a foto oficial. Organizem rapidinho, nosso tempo está bem curto, correria está grande. Deixa eu ver. Metade fica cá. Vamos lá. Tem coisa que só salva. Quem começa?
Eu.
Ó, passador.
Cadê
Um lado pro outro.
Churras. Chu. Onde é que passa?
Essa setinha aqui, ó. De um lado pro outro. Vamos lá, gente. Essa é a equipe 1. Eles vão apresentar o projeto deles aqui. Vamos só. Prontos? Podem começar.
Good afternoon. So we are the team 1 and we are going to show our project. First of all, I'm going to talk about the problem we chose. So the problem we chose was the lack of teachers in public schools, because most of the times when teachers get sick, they have a hard time finding a substitute teacher, and the students go months without having contact with the teacher and with the subject that the teacher used to teach. So our idea was to create this game that the main goal is to teach the students without a teacher present. So that's the whole process, the whole thought process that we built our game on, to teach the students without a professor, a teacher in the classroom. This is our team. So here we have everybody together, our pictures. This is the logo of our game. So that's the whole project. The name of our game is Educa Cuca. So it's to teach the mind, always to teach the mind. And here is a brain, like Educa Cuca. So that's the whole process. Here is the timeline of our project, everything we did since the beginning to have the result here. So phase 1 was the reception of the problem. So we got the problem, and then we got the challenge, and then we debated and decided the problem, what problem we were going to solve, and it was the lack of teachers. The phase 2 was the research, so we started to do our research about the problem, so we could think about a real solution on how to solve it. Then it was the prototypation and the start of the production, and then it was the process of creating the letters and the book. So in our game, we have a book and we have letters. We are going to talk about that more later, so I'm not going to go so deep into it. And then we have the production of the physical part that is here. We didn't have enough time to finish everything up, so we have the part that goes inside, the part of the codes, and our game. But I'm going to talk about more about that later. I don't have the presentation that it's now. This is our persona, Miguel da Silva. He is a 11-year-old boy from Capella who loves science and loves studying, but his science teacher, he got sick and never came back, so he is without any classes of science for months now, and that's where our game comes in to help him. Now, with the help of our game, he has the means to study science.
Inspirations. The trivia part was inspired by the game Kahoot, which is much used in the classes. The design was inspired the game Genius, and the book was inspired by Manual do Mundo.
Hi, my name is Julia. Well, the machine is divided by four colors: green, red, yellow, and blue. And all these colors stand for subjects and alternatives. Green stands for science and the letter A. Red stands for math and the letter B. Yellow stands for Portuguese, English, and the letter C. Blue stands for history, geography, and the letter D. The cards are also divided by colors. For example, there are science cards, all green.
So this is an example of the cards. These ones are red because they are math cards. So every card by every subject is divided by colors, just like she said. No, pera, volta. And this is a page of our book. So let me explain how the game works. So like she said, in the beginning of the game, the student will be asked to choose a subject that he wants to study. So they will click on the color of the subject they want to study, and then in the middle, it's going to show the number of a question. So when they read the number of a question, they'll get the card that contains the number in, and answer the question. When they want to answer the question, they will click on the color that corresponds to the alternative they want. When they've done that, they can also see where they got it wrong. So they got the question wrong. They will get our book and read the page that corresponds to the subject. So here, is a card about math, and this is the corresponding subject that is in this card. So if the student when the student wants to learn the subject, he's just gonna read the book. Our main goal was to use the competitiveness that these games will create between the students to make them read the book and to make them to want to study. So this is what I just said about the the compaction that our game will create in the students, and then will make them want to learn. No, it's not finished.
Well, the book, we are, I forget the word. We actually going to teach the children. Oh, I'm so nervous, sorry. Our goal is that when a kid answer a question wrongful, they pick up the book and read and study and read to learn the subjects.
We choose competition to our favor, making the biggest motivation for those kids. The book was made by us, and it was intentional, designed to be easy to understand and to catch the attention of children. When animated to achieve that using easy words, bright colors, and a lot of images. Finished, thanks.
Peguem com cuidado o circuito para levar ela para lá, só para elas verem, né? Pode estar desmontado ainda. Não, leve, depois ela vai. Deu show e o dentro. Parabéns à equipe, gente. Parabéns mesmo. E eu sei que vocês tiveram umas lutas aí no último minuto, mas conseguiram superar, apresentaram, é isso aí. Trabalhar com inovação é isso, enfrentar as dificuldades e resolver os problemas. Parabéns. Vamos aguardar só os convidados verem para a gente poder partir para as perguntas. Vamos lá, gente. Quem vai entregar os certificados do grupo é Lígia, nossa especialista em maratona. E a pessoa com quem eu mais brigo para conseguir fechar esse desafio. Let's go, guys. Quem vai trazer o experimento da próxima equipe já traz e coloca aqui para a gente ganhar tempo. Vamos lá. Eu sei que essa fase agora, os convidados são bem curiosos para ver o que vocês fizeram. Venham com calma, já devagarzinho. Coloca aqui já. Apoia direitinho. Com cuidado. Passa para trás. Aí, garoto. Dá uma última testadazinha aí para ver se está tudo ok. Muito bom. Isso aí, velho. Muitos projetos bons, gente. Parabéns às equipes. Muito bons projetos. Vamos lá, gente. Let's go. Unfortunately, we have a really short time today. Parabéns, gente. Parabéns. Grupo, junta aqui para receber o certificado. Lígia, cadê Lígia?
Thank you very much, the previous group. I really liked your creativity and how you created the box. And so my question is, in this manual, each student gets one? And so this game is supposed to be like a review for them?
No, not every student will get one. It's one for the class, the whole class. And it can be used as a review, but the point that we made was to use this manual to understand the subject, because it's the first contact they're going to have with the subject if the teacher is not in the classroom.
Okay, all right.
Wow, impressive. Great job, guys. First of all, like the book, there's a lot of materials in there. What was the process like of you guys actually creating and designing the workbook?
It was a fun and hard process. It was the first thing that we did. We were afraid that we couldn't do it in the time, so we said, no, everybody, let's do the book. And then we separated, like 5 people were doing the design of the book, and then the rest was doing everything, doing the research to put everything correct, every subject correct. We did all of that in pretty much one day. We finished the whole book, like everyone working together.
Amazing. Great job, guys.
We want to teach. We want to thank everybody that worked for us, and our leader wants to thank everybody, but he is going to do it in Portuguese because he doesn't want to speak English.
Eu sou uma pessoa de poucas palavras, né? E, tipo, eu queria agradecer a todo mundo que ajudou a gente nesse projeto, principalmente Ana, que ajudou muito aqui, Paulo, Davi, Muca, Muriçoca, Caio, André, Alan, Pedro também, a todo mundo que ajudou a gente aí, Joca, que também ajudou muito a atrapalhar a gente. Lígia também, que ajudou aí no início do código. Ô, Lígia, obrigado aí, viu? Eu quero agradecer todo mundo, assim, em especial mesmo. Valeu.
Vamos à entrega de certificados. Lígia vai fazer a entrega.
Vamos lá. Saulo. João Emanuel. Murilo Mendes. Camila Matias. Maitê. Manuela Maciel. Emanuel Zacarias. André Gustavo. João Guilherme. Luca Amaral. Maria Luísa. Sofia. E Júlia. Ai, parabéns, time. Vocês arrasaram, mesmo me fazendo provar balinha de peixe podre.
Parabéns, gente. Obrigado. Junta todo mundo para a foto oficial agora. Vamos lá. Dê um espacinho aqui todo mundo para poder sair a foto. Organizem aí, por favor. Cuidado aqui com eles. Ups. Baixa um pouquinho. Os monitores podem ir para a foto também, vem. Primeiro só os alunos, Vara. Quem manda é fotógrafo aí. Quem está lá atrás, vem para o lado ali para aparecer. Isso, gente. Agora é hora da comemoração. Espera aí, gente. Eu tenho outra câmera ainda. Câmera. Espera aí. Tem mais uma foto ainda. Espera aí. Dê a eles, ó. Que eles querem me enjoar. Rápido, rápido, nosso tempo está curto. Vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá. Sempre tem um grupo desse tipo, né? Ah, meu Deus. Parabéns, gente. Parabéns, valeu. Atenção, próxima equipe, a equipe 5. Venham devagar, certo? Para ninguém tropeçar no meio do caminho aí. Podem vir. Alguém avisa lá que a última equipe é trocada. Não. Depois que acabar, todo mundo sai. Gente, se dividam entre os dois lados aí. Só cuidado para não se bater na mesa e não derrubar o projeto de vocês, viu? Gente dos dois lados, ó. Pessoal do lado de lá, pessoal do lado de cá. Ícaro, cuidado aí. Guilherme. Metade lá, metade de cá, para poder ficar mais fácil da câmera pegar todo mundo e ninguém se esconder. Todo mundo aparecer na internet. Todo mundo ficar famoso. Prontos? Quem inicia? Quem começa? Ó, passadorzinho para ir para frente, para trás.
Hi, my name is Tassiane, and I'm from Group 5. And now I'm gonna talk about, this project is Respect with Colors, and basically is a project we create thinking about children don't have sexual education in schools, and yes. Introduction to the challenge. Innovation in education, building educational kits to transform learning. With the aim of creating educational solutions that benefit children and adolescents in communities with limited resources. The problem that we chose. Não, você pulou muito. The central theme of our problem is the scarcity of materials and the lack of resources in schools, chosen after conducting research on the shortage of materials in the educational institutions.
Hi guys, my name is Maria Eduarda, and I'm going to talk about a little bit of the problem that we chose. Okay, an epidemiological report released the Ministry of Health on Thursday, 18, indicates that 202,948 cases of sexual violence against children and adolescents were reported in Brazil over a period of 7 years, from 2015 to 2021. That's nearly 8 cases per day in the period of time. Okay, the victims' homes are the location of 70.9% of the cases of sexual violence against children aged 0 to 9 years old. 63.4% of the cases involve adolescents aged 10 to 19 years old. Family members and acquaintances are responsible for 68% of the assaults against children and 58.4% of assaults against adolescents and these age groups.
Hi, my name is Guilherme. Rafaela Silva Santos, a 7-year-old child, has unfortunately endured sexual abuse by her father, Kurt Nepal, and the resident rural area of Sergipe. Rafaela is a young girl with beautiful black curly hair and captivating brown ears.
So also our idea is to create a, okay, to create, ô meu amigo, volta aí. So our idea is to create a simple and didactic project to motivate children between 5 and 90 years old to create a fun and practical way to learn about sexual education without needing internet or high technology stuff. In consensus, we decided to add more dynamic features to this structure, and we think about this parallel circuit to create the toy and all things. Okay.
So that children with ADHD can focus their attention on the various senses that the toy provides: touch, hearing, and vision.
For the final project, we use various types of materials. For the base, we have wood, MDF, and cardboard. For the circuit assembly, we needed jumpers, Ethernet cable, Arduino, breadboard, resistors, LEDs, speaker, display, battery, aluminum foil, and a 3D printer. The final project consists of combining three specific senses: touch, vision, and hearing. Its main objective is to promote basic sexual education in schools in a simple way. Children like Rafaela can assemble the human body puzzle while dedicating their attention to the sounds and visual aspects of the toy. This helps them develop self-awareness and learn how to identify and report possible instances of abuse. It is essential to have a teacher present during the use of the toy to ensure quality and supervise learning.
So before we finish, I need to explain you that this is not the final prototype because we didn't have time to complete, and this is a sketchy, if I can say this, with the project. This LED needs to be right here, like a semaphore. That's it. So he's green, yellow, and red. But we didn't have time to do this. And this visor, when you use this pen, and you put it in the place, lights on the LED. If it's a place that you can, the kid, the people can touch in the kid, the lights, the green LED lights on. If a place that you can touch, red, and if you need to ask to say, like here, no here, sorry, here, in this area, I forgot the name of this area, sorry. Stomach. So it's be yellow, and when you put here, needs to appear if you can touch or not touch here in the visor, but we can do this at time, so we just put it to, some words here. Just explain because we don't have time, sorry, but this is all that we can do.
Guys, just a minute. It's because he forgot to say that's like a puzzle too. So we can retard this. Okay. Yeah. So the child can put in the place and recharge in the place all the time, and it always doing the same effect. And now, but again, in the place.
Just for you all know about that, when you when you use the pen to click here, you close the circuit and lights on the LED. Okay, just for explain, and it is a puzzle. Você falou que era So it is. Oh, thank you.
Parabéns à equipe. Parabéns ao time. Respiraram fundo agora, né?
Yes.
Respiraram bastante aí.
That's a quick question. First of all, really good job. I think this toy is very useful, and hopefully we'll be able to keep kids safe. And the statistics that you pointed out make it very obvious that sexual assault is a big issue in communities, some communities for kids in Brazil. Question I just had is, your presentation says that it's important to have a teacher present while you're using it. However, the other groups have said sometimes teachers aren't present. I was wondering, do you think it's possible for a kid to be able to use this without a teacher's help, because it's, red, green, blue, not blue, red, yellow, green?
So I think it's possible to use this without a teacher or an adult too. But I think it's important to someone explain what this means and what the significance of the red light, yellow light, and red light. I think it's important, but the kid can use without a teacher, but need a little support.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very impressive. Very impressed with the team for having the courage to take on such a sensitive topic. And you guys have taken on such a sensitive topic that a lot of educational communities in a lot of places like to avoid. And a lot of societies like to avoid, yet it is a real issue. And you found a solution, or you tried to find a solution that was a way to educate kids starting from a very young age, because I know as a mother, this is something parents do struggle with. So my suggestion, even if there's not a teacher, because sometimes the adults don't know what conversations to have, maybe to include a pamphlet. Maybe to include a pamphlet, include a manual
Yes,
with it.
we have a manual.
Yeah. So, excellent work. Very good.
Thank you. But we have a guide, a little guide. So because she will take, but it's a little guide who will explain this.
Very good. Very impressive.
Thank you to remember.
Parabéns, gente, para o grupo mais uma vez. O grupo tem um manualzinho, né? Um livrinho. Vocês têm um manualzinho já pronto, uma coisa assim, né? Aqui, ó. Eles já têm um manual e um quebra-cabeça, é isso?
Yes, a little puzzle, but we just did
a little puzzle. It's part of the project. Prototype. Beleza, gente? Vamos lá. Parabéns. Vamos receber os certificados. Montem aqui e tentem aproximar ali da câmera para o pessoal ver também, que algumas pessoas... Para as mamães e os papais que estão em casa acompanhando e não estão vindo tão de perto, mas todos os grupos estão recebendo muitos elogios aqui nos nossos convidados de quão bons são os projetos feitos em tão pouco tempo, certo? Parabéns aos meninos aí, meninas, que trabalharam tanto nesses projetos. Cuidado para não derrubar aí, viu? Cuidado. Mostre lá perto para as câmeras e depois vem aqui para os colegas, para os convidados verem também. Aqui. Com cuidado. Aproxime da... Hélio, vai dizendo aí se tá bom o enquadramento aí. Tá bom? É isso aí, galera. Parabéns aí, viu? Podem trazer para os convidados aqui enquanto eu estou já entregando os certificados. O primeiro certificado é dele, o cara que pega no meu pé o ano todo, mas que na maratona trabalha direitinho, né? Guilherme Cordeiro. Maria Eduarda Vieira. Miguel. Tassiane. Já chegou na equipe entrando na fogueira esse tradutor. Gente, nós temos uma aluna que está aqui, mas ela não pôde participar porque ela fez uma cirurgia recente, que é gardênia, certo? Mas ela estava até os outros minutos aí prestes a vir e acabou não podendo vir. Maria Clara Gila. Sofia Linda. Arthur Menezes. Ícaro Guilherme. Cara mais elegante da equipe aí. Lucas Antero. Ulisses Silva. Maria Fernanda Vieira. Sei não. Ah, certo. Teve um probleminha na família, precisou ir para casa um pouco mais cedo. Jonatas Oliveira. Famoso John. E João Vitor Silva Brito. Tá aqui? João Vitor não teve não também, né? Como eu falei, alguns alunos eles não puderam participar do encerramento, mas que participaram no processo. Gente, foto oficial aqui agora. Vamos lá, junta todo mundo para a foto. Vamos lá, gente, olha aqui, atenção. Papais e mamães, encerramos o primeiro ciclo aqui de apresentações, 5 grupos, 5 equipes, na verdade, e todos eles ao descer estarão liberados e poderão ir para casa já, viu? Já estão com certificados na mão. Vamos lá, sentem, por favor, para a gente poder começar a organizar a saída. Parabéns, gente. Valeu. Vamos dar agora uma pequena pausa. Hélio vai colocar uma tajazinha aí no YouTube só para aguardar para as próximas equipes virem, certo? Vai lá, Hélio, pode mandar. Estamos de volta, depois do nosso intervalo comercial, um patrocínio de todas as escolas que apoiam esse projeto. Vou chamar aqui agora, gente, a equipe 2, só que primeiro eu quero que venha só a pessoa que está com o experimento na mão, para colocar aqui em cima, por uma questão de segurança, certo? Para que ninguém se bata, ninguém não caia, já é um desafio grande, certo? O desafio já é razoavelmente grande para fazer aqui, se derrubar é pior ainda, né? É mais emocionante. Agora a equipe vem, metade da equipe vai ficar desse lado, metade da equipe desse lado. Sempre assim, viu, gente? Metade lá, metade cá. Pode vir. Vem, Alexandre. O projeto de vocês é muito bom. Posso só finalizar. Tem vários projetos que é quase todos, tem alguma coisa para fazer ainda. Vocês fizeram só 3 dias, né? Vocês fizeram coisa muito boa em 3 dias. Agora, naturalmente, ó, o grupo que estava antes. Entenderam? Quem começa? Passador, de um lado para o outro, certo? Vai para frente e volta. Isso. Pessoal, cuidado para não ficar na frente do projetor, certo? Se organize dos dois lados para todo mundo aparecer, todo mundo visível aí. Vejam, só para vocês... Para os grupos que chegaram agora, presta atenção. Vocês vão apresentar, os convidados vão falar uma coisa ou fazer uma pergunta, certo? Só para completar. E nós vamos entregar os certificados. Aí terminou o certificado, vocês vêm para cá, para esse lado, fazer uma foto oficial, e aí voltam e sentam e a próxima equipe vem. Todo mundo entendeu? Beleza? Primeira equipe do grupo é sempre mais complicado, porque está nervoso. Então, respire fundo, vocês fizeram um ótimo trabalho. Naturalmente, a gente sabe que ainda vai dar um up aí antes de entregar, certo? Porque vocês, inclusive, querem mudar o processador, mas fiquem tranquilos, está tudo certo. Vamos lá?
Hello. Good afternoon. We're going to now present our project.
Have you ever tried to imagine how many people don't know basic things like reading or writing? Or have you even thought about what it must be like to live that way? With this in mind, we decided to create a type of game which will be able to combine learning with fun. But you may be asking yourself, but like you, we will be able to something as extraordinary as this? First of all, yes, we did it. But before talking about that, we needed to go back a little. Everyone here agrees on the degree of importance of learning, don't you? But you need that for a child, playing as important as the development of cognitive skills, as it is for many other skills necessary for the development. Knowing this, we developed a product to put out of this into practice.
Problems and statistical data. Our group decided to compass the problem of school dropout, learning difficulties, and the overload of work on teachers, which often involves many functions. 31.9 million children and adolescents are deprived of basic education. Furthermore, around 18% of young people aged 14 to 29 in Brazil did not complete secondary education due to lack of interest. This data highlights the problem of school dropout in the country. School attendance of children aged 4 and 5 fell mainly in the Northeast region, falling from 86.1% to 82.8% between 2019 and 2022.
Our persona, Jefferson, is a 6-year-old child. He lives in the countryside and has financial difficulties. However, despite being enrolled in the village school. He doesn't attend classes in the morning, and due to a lack of interest and encouragement from his parents, he doesn't start the literacy process.
So now I'm going to show you how our project works. So I said to you guys first how it worked, and then you said how we can change to be better. So we maintain the buttons for letters, words, and numbers, and when you press it, I don't know, como é que eu posso mostrar eles? Posso porque eu levo o médico aí. Pronto, valeu. And then I didn't explain to you this, so now I'm going to explain. When you press the letter button, it will show, it will show on the display, and then the kid will have 1 minute to find the letter, like A, B, C, D. And with the number, same thing, 1 minute, and then she find this, and then if it is correct, it will shine a light, a green light, and a sound as a reward. And if the child doesn't get the numbers or letters right, it will shine a red button. And this is the on and off. And for calligraphy, we have a magic board, so they can like put a word and then draw on the magical board. Oh, and then there's like, I don't know if they can read, so we decided to put a manual of images. No, as imagens. The image, like for them to, you know, like see and then put on the magic board.
Our project, assistant can start the literacy process of children using phonetic association and calligraphy. As it is an electronic device, it can be attractive to children as it has sound and flashing lights that make it more fun and efficient.
So that is it.
Parabéns, time. Agora eu vou deixar aqui um deles faça uma pergunta ou um comentário, depois a gente entrega o certificado, certo? Lembrem, vocês vêm para cá para poder receber o certificado e tirar foto, certo?
Any questions?
One of you.
Great job, guys. Can we see how it works?
Yes,
pode pegar e trazer para ela ver. Yeah. They need to change the circuit because there's too much information processing, so they will have to change to work better. But you can see the project. They discovered yesterday that you need to change the project, the circuit.
Yes, but our code didn't work as well. That like the so when you press this button, the letters.
Eles estão mostrando aqui, pessoal, o projeto, certo? Explicando como é que funciona e nós vamos entregar o certificado já já. Vamos lá, galera. Pode subir.
Yeah, so I have
Giovanni has a question, right?
Thank you. Yeah, just a little question. First of all, I would like to echo Sharon's thoughts of this is an amazing job. I really like how everything is self-contained, and it seems like you guys had a lot of great ideas and tried to pack a lot of ideas in this, and that's wonderful. But I'm curious, like going forward, if you had to redo some of this work, what would you do a little bit differently?
Can you repeat it? The microphone didn't.
Sure, no problem. So, first of all, congratulations, great work. You packed a lot of great ideas into this concept, but if you had to redo what you just did, what would you do a little bit different if you had to redesign it?
Oh, a different thing, it would be like, can I translate to them, like for them to understand? So we thought of touchpad display, you know, for like correct the words and the letters they can type and they can draw. We couldn't come up with the idea of correcting words with this because like we're very hard and we didn't have time and the budget too. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Parabéns à equipe, gente. Vamos lá, as entregas certificados. Felipe Góes Casé. Alexandre Góes. Cecília. Luiz Eduardo. Ana. Lívia. Parabéns, Lívia. Ana Júlia. Cuidado. Maíli. Ana Laura. Giovana. Marina Luize. Nicole. Luiz Mário. Parabéns a todo o time. Junta aqui todo mundo para fazer a foto oficial. Vamos lá? Ali, ó. Fazer a foto oficial ali. Sigam aí a orientação da primeira dama. Vamos organizar aí. Próxima equipe, já fiquem a postos. Quem é a próxima equipe? Levanta a mão aí. Pronto, já fiquem a postos aí, viu? Tá nervoso, Pedro? Pronto, aí aparece todo mundo agora na foto. Vamos lá? Não coloca o certificado na frente do rosto não, viu, gente? Baixa um pouquinho para todo mundo aparecer. Vai lá, Ana. O grupo que está com o experimento do próximo equipe vem. A duplinha aí. Vamos lá, pessoal, a gente está abrindo a apresentação aqui, que eles pediram para entrar em um formato diferente, que acho que tem alguma coisa mais dinâmica do outro formato, né? Tem literalmente um kit completo aqui, né? A equipe, vem subindo aqui, ó. Metade de um lado, metade do outro, vamos lá. Metade da equipe lá, metade da equipe cá. Aqui, ó. Pedro, fica na frente, senão você vai sumir aí, viu? Pedro, passa pra frente, homem. Quem vai ser o primeiro? Ó. Ele avança e volta. Opa. Avança e volta, certo? De um lado pro outro. A equipe tá ok? Tá pronta? Tudo ok? Calma. Vai devagar, para não danificar. Eu acabei de dizer. Cadê minha mochila? Tem uma fita dupla face na minha mochila aqui. Minha mochila tá aí não, né? Cadê o monitor? Quem é o monitor da equipe aqui, gente? Não, alguém esteja aqui na frente. Faz favor. Faz favor, mano. Faz favor. Pronto, gente. Descolou o bonequinho ali, mas a gente já vai pedir para colar aqui. Tudo ok? Querem luz aí?
Você lembra qual era?
Achou? Pronto, achou. Eu pedi para trazer uma fita dupla face ali para ver se cola o bonequinho de novo. Fica em pé? Não. É. Pronto, quem começa, Marcelo, tá ok? Agora só não pode ficar na frente da apresentação. Isso, ficou em pé. Vamos lá.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present our project. His name is Science in Action. Our group is composed by me, Marcelo, Maria Eduarda Passos, Ana, Maria Clara, Maria Eduarda Arquimedes, Antônio, Túlio. Antônio, Túlio, Júlio, Breno, Paloma, Gelsia, and Anita.
So, hello guys, my name is Ana, and now I'm present about We Challenge. When we received the challenge, we research, and we saw about problems in public school and of the rural area. And now I present we persona. So his name is José Pedro Neto, and his friend called José, and his age is 14 years old, and he's lived in village of the Capela town. He is in the 18th grade of the school, and he is the middle child of 6 siblings. And his family's income less than 1 minimum wage.
So, about our proposal, According to the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, most people from the rural area don't have access to internet and either school resources. So when we created our proposal, we thought about this and we thought, why not we give them some instruments and experiments for them to do in their community and their school that like they can be used without internet, so then it can prove their knowledge and will help them be interested in school. Because when we're in school, when we have normal classes, we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? Why are we doing this? Why are we learning this? So with our proposal, it brings them this inspiration that all the things that they learn in school can both be used on their reality and also to learn something new. And also, according to the Brazilian Institute, we researched that some of these kids in this age gap between 13 years old to 14 drop out of school before they go to high school because they don't feel encouraged to go to school because of this. They don't see a need to go to school because they don't feel that the school fits in their reality. Because all their siblings, when they graduated, they don't go to college because they don't get encouraged enough to go to college, and they don't have researches to go to the college and resources. So when we thought about our proposal, we thought about bringing this to them to bring some inspiration and some incentive. So our proposal is a mobile lab. It's a mobile laboratory, which we are bringing some 5 experiments, and we're gonna talk about them right now.
So the first experiment is a hand vegetable garden, and the materials we use is a pet bottle, a string, a fertilized soil, and a seed. So you cut a square in the top of the bottle. In this part, you do 3 holes to drain the water. And in the kit have the seed. So you put the soil in the bottle and put the seed, and your experiment is finished. You can put in the, how can I say? In the blind, and you put in a somewhere place.
And we know that because they're in rural area, they much probably already have seen this vegetable garden, but we brought new things for them that Antonio is going to talk about. That's a new thing for them that will improve their experiences with this part.
Humidity sensor. Use it to check the humidity of the soil. When the light turns red, it means the soil is too dry. When the light turns yellow, it means that the earth is slightly damp. When the light turns green, it means that the earth is correctly moistened.
So the recycle filter is composed by peat bottle, cotton, fine sand, large stone, and small stone, all pebbles.
So you cut the bottle in half. And first you put the cotton, second you put the fine sand, and to finish you put the large stones and pebbles. And it's ready.
And this filter can be used to, filter water, but the water that it filters can be used to wash the floor, and it can be used to water the plants. And it's a fun thing because all of these experiments are interdisciplinary. So when they're building this and when they're using this, they can learn a lot of different areas of science, like geography and science and physics, chemistry. So that's why we choose these experiments. And talking about this, now we thought about how the laboratories in their public school system in Brazil, especially in the rural area, is not so good. And we thought, in our physics class, we have some laboratory things, we have circuits to learn more practical things, but in their reality, they don't have much access to it. So why not send them the circuits, this protoboard, so then can learn in a practical way and be more fun, more interesting, instead of just a theoretical thing. So we are gonna send them the materials like a protoboard, jumper's cable, the LED, the 9 volts battery, and the resistors. So in their classes, among their teacher, because this kid will be sent to the teacher, they can build it as they learn like the Ohm's law and about electricity, and see how this actually works in real life and not just in the theoretical thing.
So the last experiment, it's a pH test. Is the cabbage acts as a reagent when it's come into contact with the chosen elements like water, milk, soap, shampoo, and some fruits, and which cause a reaction and change in pH.
Agora é do livro. Não, é você do livro. And because we send these experiments, we created this book that has instructions, not just for the teacher, but also for the children that it's going to be sent to, because they don't have access to internet. So this book will be like a Google that will help them like with all the material list and how it works and why this happens, like why when you do the pH test, why the water changed the color to the pH that it indicates, and how to do the circuit, why the LED brights when they're connected. So we created this thinking about, when they have to do like a school project and they don't have any books, like didactic books that they can get the help to, or either the sites on the internet, so they can go to this book and find a start point, So this is an example. Can you go back? This is an example of one of these pages. It's in English, and it's about the pH test of the cabbage. And that's it. It's going to be an additional thing. It's not like the experiments will work without the book, but it's an additional thing, and will guide the teacher and the students. And also will remain the steps of the experiments, and it will contain an explanation of why the experiments happens. Because sometimes they learn like, we know that this happens, but we don't know why and how we can use this in our real life. Like the pH test, they can be used to test the pH of the water they're watering the plants, and
when they're secrets, they can get a basic foundation of how electricity works and how this technology works, and it's just a foundation for them to create more, encourage them, and to be like interested in what they're learning.
So now we present the experiments. Eu preciso. Cadê o cabo?
So as you can see, when the sensor is not touching anything, it means that the soil is dry. So the light turns green, or turns red. But in the exactly moment that it touched like a slightly dumped soil, it turns yellow. It means that it has water in the soil, but not enough. And when it turns green, it means that the soil, it's too much watered. And now an example of how the protoboard circuit works. And the protoboard, it's connected by inside lines, inside things that will connect each hole in this board. So when the jumper cables connected all these holes, it makes the electricity that came from the battery go all the way through the resistors and through the light. That makes the light go bright. So that's a thing that they can learn in a practical way, to build it themselves and to be more, they can be like, they can do this in class. And now our special guests are gonna say his part.
Thank you very much.
Parabéns, time. Parabéns mesmo. Kit impressionante.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. This was, as was just said, very, very impressive. I am so impressed that you guys came up with all of this in such a small amount of time. And also the artwork is gorgeous. My question is, are there any other experiments that you guys thought of adding to the kit that maybe you didn't have enough time for?
Yeah, we actually thought of adding about like 10 experiments, but because we have this short amount of time, we decided to just focus on these electro things and the electro experiments, like the circuit and the humidity sensor, that will actually help them and be more interesting, because we're talking about teenagers, so they can see how the things works, and we thought about including more experiments, but we didn't have time.
Isso aí, parabéns, equipe. Dá uma salva de palmas. Pessoal, quem vai entregar o certificado dessa equipe é Lígia, certo? Lígia?
Ana Patrícia, Marcelo, Géusia, Júlio César, Anitta, Paloma, Maria Eduarda Arquimedes, Antônio, Breno Henrique. Túlio. Maria Clara. Maria Eduarda Passos. E André Luiz. Ah, não foi não? Ah, tá. Okay.
Esse certificado vai ficar simbolicamente com Pedro e ele vai receber o dele posteriormente, pelas contribuições dele com a equipe. Vamos lá para fazer a foto oficial. Deixa ela fazer primeiro com, já falei primeiro com eles, depois você junto, fazer a segunda, viu? Pessoal, vou aproveitar enquanto a equipe está tirando foto para dar um aviso aqui. Ó. Nós vamos postar hoje, e aí vai para os pais também esse aviso, uma divulgação de um evento que a Universidade Federal está fazendo, chamado E-Micro. É um encontro de microeletrônica, não é isso, Hélio? Aberto para estudantes, é online, vocês podem participar. 0800, não é isso? 0800, da Universidade Federal. Então, quem tiver interesse, se inscreve lá para participar, certo? Vai ser todo online. A gente vai colocar hoje as informações lá no grupo, dos pais e dos alunos, ok? Não percam essa oportunidade, não. Ele vai dar uma palavrinha a mais aqui. Ah, ele vai enviar agora no grupo lá, viu, gente? Já vai estar no grupo aí para vocês as informações. Vem mais uma pessoa do grupo aqui para ajudar a Patrícia, que ela está sozinha aqui para pegar tudo. Pessoal, um aviso. Ao terminar essa rodada aqui, vocês vão descer e uma pessoa de cada equipe passa pela sala maker e deixa o experimento lá. Lembrem que nós vamos doar esses kits de verdade. A gente precisa checar tudo certinho, verificar o que precisa implementar, melhorar, organizar para entregar, certo? Esse ano os projetos serão realmente os... Cabo Venturas. Esse ano os projetos serão realmente doados e usados por pessoas que precisam e que serão beneficiadas pelos projetos que vocês criaram. Quem é a equipe Capo Venturas aí? Capo Venturas. Vitor, traz aí o experimento. Com cuidado, com calma, respire fundo. Aí vocês colaram o quê?
Não, eu colei essa parte aqui de cima. Só que
você consegue acessar o carro?
só tirando essa parte de cima. Mas vai ter que apertar.
Você quer ver o trocar? Vamos lá, equipe Capo Venturas, vem para cá. Vamos lá, gente. Todos prontos? Quem vai falar primeiro? Mariana? Ou quem vai falar primeiro? Carol? Ó, passa de um lado para o outro aqui, ó. Para lá e para cá, certo? Avançando. Opa, deixa eu ligar. Avança, volta, tá vendo? Ó? Certo? Quer deixar com alguém para ir passando? Pronto, você vai passando, vai ajudando ela, vá.
Lucas was sad after getting a bad grade in math. He told he was stupid for having a bad grade on his report card and he started to rate the subject for it. Little did he know that everything would change.
Hi everyone, good evening. We're team 3, sorry. And we had this week to learn about the main problem, and decided what were the problems that we would focus on. So after a little bit of research and after everyone sitting together and talk about it, we decide to focus on those one. The first one is the passive learning. It is basically the student sitting on the chair, just watching the class, the teacher speaking, and the student does not do anything. He just kept there watching the class. The second one is the memorize rather than learn. The student don't learn the subject. He just memorize it for the task, and when the exam is end, they forget it all. The third problem is the traditionalism on the schools. Many schools are scared to try to innovate. And with that, there's a lack of prepare of the teachers to apply new methodologies on the classes. The education in Brazil have also a little bit bigger problems that it's directed of the schools. It's not responsibility of the schools, but of the whole system. One of them is the materials that many times are not enough, the structure of the schools that many times are not good, and the lack of stimulations for the students, what makes them don't want to go to school, and also the educational hiatus, what is truancy. Basically, between the years of 2008 and 2023, more than 193,000 students were thinking about abandoning college or just have to leave it. So this research were made by the UNICEF and the National Union of Municipal Education Directors. And they succeed and bring these students back to school. So it was a progress, but it's still a really, really huge problem. Our research, we basically focus on interviewing professors and teachers, everyone that we could think about this educational area. We talked to them. We also talked with a psychologist. We searched about the methodology in schools, so we went to BNCC, who is that puts the curricular together, and we searched about the community that you guys know, and guys, many of you went there to know the city. We searched about it. It's a really, really small city, and we think about all those things to put the project together. So, how to avoid a situation that many students pass, the situation of Lucas, that started hating a subject just because he thought he wasn't good in it?
So, based on these problems and these questionings, we created our solution. So, our main goal is to make the children want to learn. We want them to search for knowledge. So we created a RPG-based game. It's kind of a tabletop game also that presents Capi, our capybara, who is also our persona. Lucas, who is 9 years old and didn't like to learn math and these stuff, decided to search in his grandfather's house a tabletop, an old tabletop that he tried to play with it, and he was transformed in this capybara, where he was sent to a fantasy world that every power and magic is based on math. So along the way, Capi, that is Lucas as well, will make some friends like Alan, the robot, that will guide him and explain all the story for him. And basically, this game is made because we want the kids to have a sentimental memory about math. We don't want them to remember math with like some thoughts about like a boring classroom and just know things. We want them to remember math like, oh, I remember Capi in these challenges that we had to do. So that's a positive memory, and we want that. So how this game works exactly? It's a tabletop game that works like an algorithm, but they won't know it. It's a disguised reveal of math. Each unit of the school will involve like a subject of math, like a specific topic, like addition and multiplication and things like that. And the tabletop will work with that. At the end of each unit, we are going to like reveal the subjects and the topics that they've studied before. So we have 4 chapters, all right? So it's 4 topics of math that they studied along the year, and they will just review it along the game. So I will wait, you guys look at it.
A good topic to say is that everything was hand-drawn by our artist here, Arthur, and all the story was created by our incredible team, so everything is authorial.
Yeah, I spent like 11 hours drawing it, but I think it's important to say that the teacher will use it as a tool. It's not a substitute to the teacher. So the teacher is also involved in this game. If you guys know RPG and how these things work, he is basically the DM master. So like he will just tell the story to the students and like say what is happening on the story. He will have this manual here where he will be guided and understand the story and tell the story to their students. And they will like explain everything, and the kids will play it actively. So we don't want them just taking notes. They will play as Capi, like as a group. They will decide his actions by voting and debating on what is the best option for Capi to progress on the story. Of course, along the game, a lot of challenges involving math and things like that will appear, and they will reveal everything they need to know on the school year that they are having. But again, it's disguised because they are more focused on progress, the Capi story. They want to have this connection with the character and with the villains as well, like Zimbo, the sleeper, that you guys can see it here. So yeah, this creative project involves like emotions because we want them to connect with math and understand that it has a usage, a real usage on situations that you can see day to day.
Hi, the difference of carpenter are diverse, and among them are the simulator of logical and creative thinking, a preparatory manual. Encouragement of interest in mathematics, technology, encourage the teamwork and topic in of works. Independent of internet elimination, the need to be continued.
Well, about our prototype, something good to say is that we want to work with kids so we can construct a strong base of math so they can grow loving it and wanting to study it. Our materials, by focusing on the kids, were really colorful things. So on the drawings, we thought about putting some fun colors and fun drawings. We used paper, 3D printing, wood, everything. And the process, everyone worked on the brainstorming, the story construction, the prototype construction. So it was something really fun to enjoy the process of it, the construction. And seeing it right now, it's just amazing. So I think I can say for everyone, we're really proud of it. One more thing to say. Our little robot, Alan, should turn on today, but a few minutes ago, we had a technical problem and something just disconnected inside him, and we don't have a way to fix it right now. But he's working. Our incredible programmer, Victor, did an amazing job with it. He worked a lot.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the social and the financial impact of our project. So, one second. First, our job is basically and based in the fact that the love of learning that our students will have to our game will simulate the desire and the love for knowledge, and also that study is the key to an incredible and good future. Also, our game will be focused on will be focused on the progress of the kids, like to be good kids in the future and to know the basic thing of math, and like he said, to have a good memory of this the math. Eu não lembro mais.
What about space explorer? How you can include in the project? The answer is simple. Alan will bring project to depth even remotely. By creating or planning, Alan our story, our factors, and simulate curiosity about technology in the tender or you receive the project. Neighbor family believe that even if in short steps, our project will help the children a little closer to universe the often seems so far away.
We also want to we also want to thank every monitor's team, all the monitors team, but especially 4 of them that were with us all the way along. There are Guy, that has been behind there. João and Victor, they're in there. And Ju, that couldn't be here today, but yeah, that's it. And this amazing drawing, Guy made it, and it's so important for us now.
Parabéns, time, parabéns, equipe.
Great job, guys. That loved every aspect of it, the design, all the details that went into it. I'm curious, I was a little bit confused about how the robot works with the arms. Can you explain that one more time?
What? Sorry?
The arms.
Yeah, we made it like this so the kids could just move it. You can move it really easily. So we thought it would be fun for the kids to play with it.
Oh, cute.
I think it's important to add that Alan is made that way because we want to make the kids like curious about technology, because we know that the community we're gonna donate all this kit is like not so familiar of advanced technology and things like that. So we want Alan to be like interesting, to make the kids like want to touch it and see how the circuits works and how it's responsive. And also we have some stickers of copy to you guys as a gift.
This is awesome. Yeah, great job. The whole design part was great. The whole idea of like math advancing through all the different units, making it fun. Very good. Good job, guys.
Parabéns, equipe. Pessoal, tem uma coisa que eu falo sempre para vocês. É um desafio. E uma das coisas que a gente quer que vocês aprendam é lidar com as dificuldades e superar elas, certo? Encontrar caminhos, achar a solução. Vitor hoje veio na hora do almoço aí correndo para resolver o problema, conseguiu consertar o robô, soltou um fiozinho, não quebrou, soltou só um fio, está pronto para funcionar aí, é só descolar a tampinha, colocar no lugar. Mas ele viu o problema, foi lá e voltou para consertar. Então, parabéns aqui, parabéns, Vitor. Levanta a cabeça. Todo o time está de parabéns e gostei muito do resultado. Parabéns mesmo. Mariana Matos. Vitor Diogo. Clarissa de Souza. Arthur Felipe. Lavínia. Maria Carolina. Lucas. Ian. Enzo. Jalmi. Helena. Tem um só aí, né? Luana. E Luiz Gustavo. Parabéns ao time. Junta aqui agora para fazer a foto oficial. Luana, passa para frente. Ian, passa para frente ali, ó. Libório para frente também. Vamos lá, organiza aí. Vamos organizando aí para sair na foto todo mundo. Lembrando que Hélio já colocou lá no grupo, não é isso? As informações da Micro, que é encontro de microeletrônica. Escola de microeletrônica. Isso mesmo, Escola de Microeletrônica, que a Universidade Federal está promovendo. Manu, tá pronto aí? Beleza. Espera um minutinho para terminar a foto oficial. Aguarda para os monitores entrarem aí na foto também. Junta os monitores agora na foto oficial. Gente, uma das coisas mais legais que eu tenho mais orgulho nesse projeto é ver que a maioria dos monitores são ex-alunos do projeto, certo? Então, muitos aqui foram meus alunos quando eram crianças, hoje estão na universidade e voltam como monitores aí para participar do evento. Isso é muito legal. Valeu. Vamos lá. Manu, traz o projeto, por favor. E a equipe fica de prontidão. Só quem está com o experimento vem por enquanto. A equipe 9 agora é?
9.
9, né?
7.
Yeah, we have 2 more, then a break, and then 5 more. Yeah. Vê alguém para comprar um lanche para eles, velho. Vê alguém para comprar um lanche para eles. Você pode ir lá? Ah, não, você está fazendo foto.
Diga.
Comprar um lanche pra eles. Thalisa tá com fome. Só que aí você vai ter que se virar, porque ela não come um monte de coisa.
Tem que ver o que
Vou
ela
perguntar o
come.
que ela quer. Você quer o quê?
Tem um misto, sim, essa coisa.
Misto? Daninho, vou perguntar.
Não.
É melhor perguntar, Daninho. Daninho, você quer o quê? O que você quer comer?
We're all kind of hungry, actually.
Okay. What do you want to eat? Like some snack.
What should we get?
Okay, what kind of snack?
Like something, like anything. That's fine. Lunch.
Ligou.
Because they also want to.
Valorize quem fez, tá vendo? Não, valorize a galera que criou o cronômetro há 50 anos atrás, 60 anos atrás. Equipe, pode vir devagar.
Você sabe de qual é o pão de queijo, né?
Metade de um lado, metade do outro.
Que eles mais gostam. Traga um monte.
Galerinha, vamos lá, silêncio, por favor, vamos continuar.
Ela deve querer e as outras também vão comer. Se você, Daniela, com certeza vai querer.
Metade de um lado, metade do outro, vamos lá. Quem vai começar? Gabi? Você? Ó. Para um lado, para avançar e para voltar, certo? Avança isso aqui, volta isso aqui. Todos atentos agora, gente, para mais uma equipe. Salva de palmas para eles.
So let's go. First of all, good evening. Time flies. And today we have our project here to present. We are T9. My name is Joan Von. And let's go. Well, first thing first, we received a challenge, and we first of all had been surprised by the absence of technology in most ways to work with the challenge, but we received anyway. Well, we first analyzed the problem, and by doing it, we found 2 major problems that this challenge has. The first is the lack of resources, both traditional school resources to teaching, and secondly, the technologic and new technology means to teach. With that, we also knew about something to worry about. In 2022, 6.8% of all schools didn't have any access of internet. And this is mostly something to worry about because it's something nowadays so important to teach, and so something that we think, oh, well, there are so many things in this world that we can explore with education, and without internet it's so more difficult. And we analyze it to the consequences. That is the lack of teaching by the part of the teachers, not because they want, but because the lack of resources makes them, well, think, I can't teach, I can't do much things with my students because I don't have anything that I can work with. I don't have anything that I can use to make education fun, make education something that they will like. And also, we have sad part of the students that by themselves, they can't learn. They can't see something good, something fun, and something that they will remember and think, well, we will use it in the future. We will use it to help us with our families or with ourselves in life, and they destimulate automatically to study at all. So we're passing now.
Hello, I'm gonna talk about the persona. Her name is Rita Maria. She is 14 years old. She's a student of the 9th grade of school. She's socioeconomic status is low income, and she's living in a rural area that's so far away from the city. And about their family, her dad is a bricklayer, her mom is a domestic, and she has one old brother and 2 young sisters.
I go talk about how does it feels like. Hita feels completely helpless and discouraged, knowing that no matter how much she continue at school, there would be no more learning to make up for such effort. In addition to moving further and further away from college due to this lack of support.
Hello. Today I'm gonna talk how we solved the problem. We solved the problem with a fun geography board game that will help students to help some students to learn a bit more about the general geography of the world and Brazilian geography as well. It won't solve all the problems, but it won't save all of the problems that are related to failure of the Brazilian education system, but it will help some middle students with basic geography.
So our prototype is a geography board game. So we have 2 sides of the board game. We have the world map. We outlined all the continents with embossed glue, so it will help blind people also to learn. And the other side, we have the Brazilian map. We did the same thing with the glue. Inside the box, so this is how the game works. Inside the box, we have 3 questions of each Brazilian region and each continent in the map. Here. 3 questions, and in front of the 3 questions, we have a little card explaining a little bit of the content. We also have a roulette. We also have a roulette that has 4 parts. Curiosity, challenge, prenda, that it's a prank, and a challenge. So in the challenge part, the player will be asked to answer or tell a challenge that the place they're placed in here are suffering. The curiosity, they're gonna tell some curiosities about the place. It works for both sides. The challenge is basically they're gonna do something that it's related to the place they are, like say a phrase talking with the accent of the place, or sing a song of the place. Yeah, so this is basically the game. Thank you.
we also have an interesting way to make the students engage more on it. That is an sticker album that works like that. We have a page of it here. That's the word map page. And every time they complete a task and an activity about a certain place, like, for example, they complete the part about North America, they will get the sticker of the Statue of Liberty. And they will still be making it to, by the way, and complete the full album. But also, the team that the class will be divided in 6 teams, and they will all compete to complete the album. But the best team of an activity will gain a special figure to put in an album of the class, not of the team. And it works by that. So,
actually, about the thank you, we want to thank 2 people that helped us a lot throughout the process. That is Francesco and that it's Francesco and Zils that I don't think he's here, but I want to thank you guys for helping us throughout the whole process.
And actually, it's not really a part of the project, but we plan to do like a clock that will limit the turns of the game. And I'll show how it works.
Com cuidado, pega o cronômetro aí pra eles. Aqui, ó. Aqui, isso. Só pegar devagarzinho. Calma. Vamos lá. Vou ajudar vocês. Tira o carregador aí. Isso. Devagarzinho, chega lá. Vamos lá. Vem, irmão, para mostrar aqui.
So then, I'll show how it works. When the turn starts, then we press this button and it starts to count. And when the time finishes, this buzzer will be activated, and it will show that the turn just like finishes. It's just like a time limit to the game, or it would be too long. But it's not actually a part of the project, it's just an increment, an additional thing. I bet you like it.
Thank you for your attention.
Not a question, but first of all, very good job, really impressive. I just want to say that I think it's really cool that you not only incorporated the board game, you also have some unique mechanics, and also you made the timer as well. So yeah, very good job. Yeah, very, very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vamos lá, gente. Primeiro ela, que não larga a bolsa nem o salto, está aqui de bolsa pendurada no braço para apresentar o projeto. Manuela. Juan. Gabi. Moura. Catarina. Vinícius. Antônio Vinícius. Emanuele. Gabriela Barbosa. Matheus Rodrigues. João Guilherme tá aqui? João Guilherme. Vai esconder lá atrás. Antônio Lucas. Galera, agora organizar para fazer a foto oficial. Vimos para aqui para baixo, para ficar mais fácil para aparecer. Vai tocar, ó. Vai apitar daqui a 9 segundos, viu, gente? Vamos botar aqui para ouvir. 5, 4, 3... Pronto, tá demonstrado o funcionamento. Vamos lá, gente. Se organiza aí pra foto, vamos lá. Manu. Catarina, vamos lá. Primeiro só os alunos, os monitores vão na segunda rodada, viu, gente? Fica ali do lado, ó. Você não tá aparecendo. Isso, garoto. Parabéns, equipe. Parabéns mesmo, viu? Valeu. Levem com cuidado aí. Lembrando, gente, que ao final, nós estamos indo para a última equipe desse grupo. Ao final, vocês levam os experimentos e colocam lá na sala maker, certo? Para poder não ter problema. Ok? Vamos lá? Precisamos ir para a próxima equipe por conta do nosso tempo. Vamos lá. Podem trazer o experimento. Bota aqui na frente. O projeto. Colocar aqui. Isso. Bem legal. Legal. Mas bom. Tá bom. A equipe pode vir. Vamos colocando aí ao redor. Isso aí, garoto. Tudo certo? Quem quer ficar com o controlezinho para ir passando? Ó, passa e volta, viu? Você começa? Calma. Tem um fio solto aqui, ó. Tem um fio solto aqui, ó. Ó.
Tô vendo, calma aí.
Foi no transporte. Sabe qual a banha da chora?
Provavelmente é da alimentação, né?
Para, tá certo.
Bota uma luz aqui.
Eu não tô conseguindo ver, não.
Bota uma luz aqui pra ele chegar.
Eu não
5 volts.
Eu não trouxe meu celular,
Só que eu não tô conseguindo ver. Minha visão tá ruim.
Bota a luz.
Isso, 5
volts, eu não tô vendo, não.
5 volts tá aqui, esse aqui, ó.
Pera aí. Terceira porta?
Pula uma e coloca. Tem um dali, pula uma e coloca. Acho que é isso.
Pera aí.
Calma, relaxa, você não tá conseguindo estar nervoso. Pula uma e coloca. Segura aqui. Aí, garoto, é isso aí. Pronto. Tá cheio agora?
desencaixou, peraí.
Tá solto. Acho que ficou em cima do fio ali. O suporte. Ali. Alguém segura o celular? Não, tira o suporte.
Ai, foi, né?
Mas tá muito empolgado.
É, meu filho, a gente só vai virar, mostrar e fé.
Toma aí, valeu.
A equipe está pronta? Prontos? Podem começar, gente.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. We are Team 11. So we are here to present our project, to you all. Here is the theme of the marathon this year: innovation in education, with an education of kids to transform learning. Pode passar. So first, before presenting our project, we will present our team. So, Adeilton Melo, Ade, Ana Sofia, Ananda, Arthur, cadê Arthur? Clarissa, Mi, Davi, Jordana, Ellen, tá ali, escondida, Laís, Lorena, Maria Clara Guerra, Maria Clara Matos e Rafa. Pode passar.
Okay, so our problem has to do with the lack of educational tools that spark interest in students. So students think school's boring, they think classes are boring, so they end up struggling to learn. And for example, our persona, Marta, she's a 43 years old woman. She's a solo mom of an 80 years old boy called João Carlos, who studies at a public school in Capella, here in Sergipe, which also happens to be the same school that Marta teaches at. She's her son's teacher. And she observed that her son was struggling with studying. He wasn't paying attention to classes. He wasn't studying that well at home and also at school. And that wasn't only happening to him, it was also happening to her other students. So she wondered for a second if she was a bad teacher, but that wasn't the case. The problem was that regardless of how good of a teacher she was, there was always going to be something missing in her classes. And so she starts looking for a way to spark interest and bring her students back to class so they can learn better, and that's when we come in.
So in the search, in our research, we found a data showing that to engage the students, you need practical and funny educational tools. So educational tools like touch and visual, it's better to understand the content. So, as a solution, we made 3 things, or 4 things. Okay, we made 2 interactive maps with touch, and the children can fill in the map and understand better. We made a 3D illustration showing the biomes, and the kids can see that of an easier way. And we made core days.
So